Well, good morning and welcome to Lajares. Today we've got a fantastic opportunity for you. 10,000 square meters, literally 4 minutes away from the center of Lajares, where you've got all the shops, bars and restaurants that you could ever want, including this fantastic weekly market. Now, the details are 10,000 square meters of land where you can build a storeroom for agricultural purposes of 60 square meters. Imagine having your own 60 square meter building with solar panels and great views of the surrounding countryside. That's what we're going to show you now on this video. As always, all the details on info@goldacreestates.com. Okay, well, here we are now at the plot itself. You can see where we parked the car there along the main road. Now, that's the first point to tell you. This plot has about a 70-meter frontage that connects it to the main road from Coralejo all the way to Lajares and El Cotillo on the coast. Now, that's really, really important because there's a lot of large plots of land here that are actually landlocked and don't give you access to the road, which means, of course, you can't access the plot. I know it sounds logical, but there's a lot out there at the moment, and this one has at least 70 meters touching that main road. So that's a great first point to notice. The other thing is the actual plot is marked here with these little stones, and it is 10,000 square meters. It's really, really huge, and it has absolutely phenomenal views. Firstly, you can see off in the distance here some of the mountains of La Capellanía and Lajares that lead up, the volcanoes, and it actually takes you all the way to Coralejo, and I can actually see Lanzarote from here. Now, you can't build an independent, huge family villa here. In fact, this property or this land is actually allocated for agricultural use only. But you are allowed, you are permitted with the project, of course, legally, to build a cuarteperos, which is basically like a storeroom where you can keep your tools to use for the agriculture. Now, of course, can you imagine 60 square meters is allowable build here? And 60 square meters, well, that's the size of a two-bedroom apartment normally. Just imagine sitting here with a 60 square meter construction plus a lovely terrace or porch area with a little bit of shade from the sun, solar panels really giving you the energy there, and just views straight out to the mountains. Absolutely idyllic. Well, just before we leave the plot, here are some of the distant views. That's actually Lanzarote in the distance and La Capellanía, Tamaragua in the foreground. You do have the mountains and volcanoes here just outside of Lajares. Really quite picturesque, beautiful views from here. Of course, we do have that road access too. And then there's actually mountains off that lead to the west coast there, look, towards El Cotillo. Literally, if you just go across the top of those, you'll be in El Cotillo. Off in the distance here, 10,000 meters across this Malpais land, there's one of the volcanoes in La Oliva. You can even just see the top of Mount Escanfraga in Villaverde. Okay, so here we are now with the drone footage, just so you get a really cool overhead aerial view of the surrounding area. Just look at the scenery here. You've got beautiful Malpais land here. The plot is over 10,000 square meters. In the distance there, look, Mount Escanfraga, then a volcano in La Oliva, and of course, views out towards the west coast here, mountains, and you can just about see the sea from this height of the drone. There's actually the main road that it connects to as well. Just a quick overview of the plot itself, just flying up through the plot. Really beautiful Malpais land here as well. And of course, the lovely thing about this particular plot is its proximity to the village of Lajares, literally a stroll away. I mean, I would say it would take 15 minutes walking. It's a 2-minute drive. There in the distance, you can see off to Coralejo. This road frontage is about 70 meters long, so you've got great access from the main road. And of course, Coralejo also is just a few minutes away. Just looking down at the plot itself, you can see it's soft alluvial plain areas with some scattered stone. Okay, well, I hope that was a helpful aerial tour, if you like, of the plot just outside of Lajares. It really is a phenomenal position indeed. Now, if that was helpful, but you'd like to sit down with us, or maybe you have some questions about building here in Fuerteventura, come and meet the team here in the offices of Oasis Tamarind. As you can see behind me, open from 9 till 6 during the day, and of course on Saturdays, half day until 2. All the details and of course all the answers to your questions are at info@goldacreestates.com.